Hi guys, my name is Katie or Kbdoesart, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to 3D model the Animal Crossing New Horizons fossil. So first things first, let's grab a reference. I'm going to attempt to just find one that is pretty flat. So this would be pretty good. Let's go ahead and save that guy. And then once you have your reference, you're going to click on space. And then let's go into the front view and let's go into the top Y view. And I want to do view, image plane, import image. And then just go ahead and find wherever your reference is. I'm going to scale mine up a little bit. All right, looks good. Next thing I want to do is grab a cube. Let's go ahead and scale this cube up. And I'm going to take just one by one, drag and select these vertices, and we're just going to be moving them onto these corners, whatever corner's kind of closest to it. Doesn't matter too much. And then you're going to grab your multi-cut tool, hold Control, and I'm going to make multi-cuts where each of these peaks are. I'm literally like just clicking to make that peak. All right, and then one right there. And then you're going to click Q, press W, and select that vertex, and you're just going to start moving them. You can also do this in wireframe mode if that helps you kind of like see where you're going a little bit better. All right, we've got our basic shape here. If you press 3, it'll kind of round out kind of weird. So that just means that we need to bevel our edges. Let's click on perspective view, and you can go into object mode, and we're going to click R and scale this guy down. They're probably about like that thick, maybe. They're not too thick. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and select, just double click and hold shift. And you want to select each of these edges and then do Control B and bevel it. I guess I'll do 2 segments. Just kind of like round it out a little bit. Kind of like how that looks. I'm going to keep it looking that like geometric feel because it is technically very like sharp corners, as you can see there. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to be using these inside lines, this line basically right here, and we're going to be pushing these guys to represent this line here, this like light purple line, if you can kind of see where I'm going. So that means you're going to want to like push in some of them. But yeah, you're just trying to make a ring of dark purple, a ring of light purple. So this will be the dark purple ring on the outside, and then we're forming the light purple ring right now. All right, that looks pretty good. I guess I'm going to put this one here. And then I'll take this one up here. Okay. Now that we've got that all situated out, why don't we go ahead and address our stars here. So for the stars, we're going to be using cubes. So grab a cube, bring it on down over here. And basically what you want to do is take each of these vertices and align them to these shallow points here. And we'll just start with those 4. And then grab your multi-cut tool and make middle cuts. So middle cuts are made by holding Control and clicking your middle mouse button. And then we're going to grab these vertices and pull them on out like that. This guy is going to go in the middle. And then you're going to want to add a multi-cut that will go through this middle point here. Just doing that same multi-cut. And then if it's doing that weird clipping on the edges there, all you need to do is just move this center line in. All right, got one star all done. And then we've got this guy. So grab another cube, bring him on down. You're going to do the same exact method, so just move the vertices to the lowest points and then add some multi-cuts in. All right, perfect. Now let's go ahead and go into perspective view. Grab those 2 cubes and press W and bring them on up. All right. And then I'm just going to push this one down a little bit. I want them to clip the surface, but not a ton. I want you to go into vertex mode. And what we're going to be doing is pushing these vertices to make that dark line here. I'm going to add a multi-cut here and push this vertex up. This one will go here. I'm going to add a multi-cut. Okay, there we go. Wrong vertices there. So just grab those 2 and bring them down, and then those 2 should be fine now. Okay, now let's go into face mode and select these bottom faces here. Hold Shift or Tab while you select all those. And then I'm also just going to click Tab and double click the next ring to grab like all these bottom ones, and then just hold Tab and drag to select all of these guys as well, since I'm just going to texture these all the dark color. All right, hold down your right mouse button, assign a new material. I'm going to do AI standard surface, and I'm going to want to, let's click on the object and do edit, delete all by type, do history. And then AI standard surface pops up right here. So this is going to be renamed as, we'll do dark purple. And then take your color, let's drag it over to get that dark purple. All right, let's go back into face mode. This time I want to select these inner guys. So all these. And I want to click W and just move them up. That's probably about good right there. All right, and then let's go ahead, hold right mouse button, assign a new material, AI standard surface. And then this time, let's call this light purple and select our color to be this light color here. And then go back into face mode and select the rest of the faces. Let's assign a new material. This guy is our medium purple. And let's go ahead and color select that. All right, and then we can also take these guys, assign a new material to them. But these guys will just be white, so you can just leave them like that. And then as you can see, they're getting a little buried. So you can either just bring them up like this until they show all the way through, or you can rotate them a little bit to sit a little bit more comfortably on that surface that is now tilted. Up to you how you want to make them sit. Oh, I forgot this face. This face is going to be that medium purple. All right. So we've got one thing left over, which is the swirl. So go into your top view, click on curves and surfaces, and click on this tool right here. It's the pencil curve tool. You can use that, or you can use the 3-point circular arc. I'm going to use the pencil. All right. You can also click on curves and then do smooth, and that'll smooth out the curve a little bit. If you click Q and then hold right click on the curve, you can do control vertex, and then you can actually like drag and move the curve if you need to. So that can be kind of useful if you feel like you need to fix like a little part of your curve. And then you can click on object mode and do the same thing. So just smooth it out. All right, that seems like a pretty good curve. I'm going to click on the curve and push it up so we can see it here. And then I'm going to probably do this just by a cylinder. So if you grab a cylinder, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees like this. And then we're going to move it and rotate it a bit more. All right, it's going to be starting here basically. I'm going to scale it down a bit because I think like it's, oh, actually no, that is probably, the width does need to be a bit bigger. Maybe like that. All right, and then I would recommend making it pretty thin like this. And then I'm just going to attempt to center it on the curve to the best of my ability. All right, that seems fine. Next, go into face mode, hold tab and select all those faces, and then hold shift and click the curve, and then click the object again, and then hold right click and go into face mode. So now you have the curve and the faces selected. Then you're going to do edit mesh, and you're going to want to click on the extrude option box so you see it here. I'm going to do 60 divisions. I'm going to make my twist 0, and then make sure the curve is selected. And then you're going to want to click apply. All right, so as you can see, I think I have maybe 2. Oh, wait. Click 0 on thickness. Don't put any thickness on it. That seems pretty good. Let's do like 1. No. 0 thickness is fine. 0 thickness is good. That seems pretty good. For the most part, the only thing that we're probably missing is just the fact that it's not quite all together. So I think in order to fix that, I'm going to undo back to the point where I just have my cylinder. I'm going to then scale my cylinder up and then do the same thing. So like select the faces, select the curve, select the object, go into face mode, and then just apply that same curve. There we go. Now it's looking better. I might have gone too big though. So in order to fix that, you would just go back, go into object mode on your cylinder, and just scale it down a little bit. Select those faces again, select the curve, and apply it. All right, that's looking good. There is a weird point here. I don't know why the faces never like turn out well, but I usually just select those faces and then select this edge and do mesh fill hole. I don't know why the original faces like never work out. You can click 3 to smooth that out. And then let's go into this view, go to object mode. I'm going to do edit, delete all by type and delete that history. And then we're just going to scale and move that so that it is centered there. All right. That looks pretty good. For the most part, I think the only thing to change maybe would be to take these faces to scale them down. And then you can even like push them over a bit to close in that gap. You can also do the same thing with this edge, is just like scale it down a little bit. You can even move it up. Yeah, since there is some like weird clipping going on here. So you can kind of try and fix that a little bit. All right. I don't know if that helped a ton, but next thing you can do is just assign that white color to it. And then let's save it and let's click on our image plane and click looking through camera so it doesn't show up in this view. Let's grab a plane, click R, scale it up, move it on down, and then we'll assign a new material to that, which I'm going to assign my usual checker texture to it. Let's go to Arnold, grab a sky dome light, and then click Arnold and render it. You can see it kind of popping out here. You can also select these textures and up the roughness a bit if you don't want it to look so like metallic and that kind of thing. That might help. Yeah. But other than that, that is about it for this tutorial. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. But that is about it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.